Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 4 of season 3 of the F1 2018 Williams A Road to Glory career mode. Today we're here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and we come to this weekend with once again even more good news. More and more parts are coming onto the car, and if you guys did miss out on the Chinese Grand Prix that obviously went up live yesterday, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. But yeah, the upgrade coming into this weekend was another chassis upgrade, obviously really ideal. We do still have another engine upgrade going on the car as well, which hopefully then should arrive in in Spain even next time out, obviously in Catalonia, which obviously you can see at the moment should give us, as long as no one else brings any upgrades, a really clear-cut advantage at the top as we move sort of into the European phase of this season. But yeah, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix then, overall I'm sort of a little bit unsure whether this should suit our car or not. Personally, for me in the past, this track hasn't ever gone particularly well on the whole relative to the AI. It's one the AI are very strong at overall as well. But yeah, free practice went fairly smoothly. 225 points there takes up to just under 600 on the whole as well here. But yeah, in terms as well though, we have a few other things to sort of think about moving into this Grand Prix weekend as well. You know, things like the engine is starting to get a little bit worn as well. And obviously, in past seasons, I've sort of just gone through and just got a whole new engine and start from the back every so often. This season, obviously, I do need to sort of think about it quite methodically, you know, sort of mix and match engine parts and things like that. Obviously, to give ourselves the best chance of doing well towards the latter half of this season, which is obviously really important as well here. As well as obviously just focusing on making sure we're getting the right upgrades on the car as well. So, you know, we do probably need to think about doing some durability upgrades as well, but honestly, I just want the car to be as fast as possible. You know, slicing through the traffic is never really too big an issue either, and obviously with the way the engine sort of penalties work as well, you know, you can usually sort of get away with still, you know, if we have a good qualifying and go for one engine, you know, one part swap, then we should still be very strong on the whole as well. But yeah, obviously, things to think about, obviously, you know, you look at the base of F1 2018 career and you think it's all fairly straightforward, but these things, you know, we do need to watch as well here. But yeah, in terms of the team, pretty much every team would really want me, obviously, depending on if we win the title in Season 3, you know, we could be looking at a move, well, we will be looking for a move at Season 4 if, obviously, we do wrap up the World Championship as well here. But yeah, we are going to go for a couple of engine part swaps, though, coming through this Grand Prix weekend. We're going to go for a ICE upgrade, an ICE swap even. I keep calling it an upgrade, even though it is just a swap. A control electronic swap as well, which is going to really hurt us. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to be replacing that. We're definitely going to be picking up penalties for that one over the course of this season, as well as the MGU-H. I think we're going to try and upgrade, swap as well. It would just basically be the parts that are over 30% wear. We're going to try and go for going into this Grand Prix weekend. You know, hopefully it's going to give us a bit of a better shot down the straights, potentially going to give us a bit of defense, you know, against other drivers as well in the slipstream. But yeah, fortunately, no penalties from that, so we won't be starting out a place for the European Grand Prix, so the Azerbaijan Grand Prix as well, which is obviously really important, as, you know, in the early stage of this season, we do need to build up momentum continuously. But let's move on then into the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Baku City Circuit then, an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. Anthony Davidson joins me today as we look ahead to something just a little bit different. It's quite high speed for a street circuit here, isn't it? Do you think that's going to throw up any unexpected situations?
Well, as long as the teams can keep everything cool, I don't foresee any particular big issues from a technical side of things. I do expect the track to be quite slippery though. We've not exactly had much chance to rubber in the surface. Any street circuit also comes with its own challenges, so I think we'll be seeing a few mistakes here and there. The smart strategy would be to expect a safety car, I think, especially early on when the pack is bunched up.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, and Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Stroll, the Professor, Sebastian Vettel, and Leclerc. Verstappen, Hamilton, Ocon, and Sergio Perez. Sainz, Bottas, Romain Grosjean, and Hülkenberg, Rixon, Alonso, Brendan Hartley, and Kevin Magnussen. Gasly and Stoffel van Dorn completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
We're in a very good position today. Let's see if we can do even better in the race.
So here we are then for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and Williams' strongest ever qualifying positions, I think, in this career mode. You know, between the pair of us there, 3rd and 4th on the grid, which is obviously really ideal as we come into this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I personally was by far and away the quickest driver in the final sector as well, which is obviously really important. You know, we should hopefully be able to make some good overtaking manoeuvres in this Grand Prix as well here. But here we are then on the grid, ready for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Lance has actually out-qualified me for the first time this season, but it is 5 lights, and it's a lights out, and away we go there. Charlie Whiting clearly got better things to be doing with his afternoon as we come in towards turn 1 here. It looks like Seb and Charles both going to try and look around the outside of me in towards turn 1. They'll be very aggressively run the car nice and wide on the exit of the corner there. Charles Leclerc, though, doesn't make the move work, I think, on Seb. I think they're going side by side through the next couple of corners as well here, which is obviously really important for the front 4. We just need to try and run away in the early stages of this racer as we come now down in towards the next big braking zone here. Make sure, you know, we're still late on the brakes, but we don't run into the back of my teammate here. That would be absolutely the worst thing to do through these opening couple laps. You know, pick up front wing damage, anything like that, you know, around a track like Azerbaijan really does cost you, because obviously any sort of front wing damage, you're really going to be struggling for turning, and obviously if you can't turn in, you're going to hit a wall around here very quickly. As well, there is one very wide as we come up towards the castle section here. Are we going to be able to navigate it on lap 1? They're very cautious on the way through there, but still obviously very close to the walls as well. They're out on towards this final sector then, and now skipping on towards the start of lap 2. We are slowly but surely closer back to my teammate Lance Stroll here. No DRS, remember, yet we're still doing over 220 miles an hour there. I think it's about 350 kph on the whole there. Lance very slow through turn 1. They're almost going to push him through the corner, and he's now going to try and go defensive in towards turn 2 here. Not really too sure what he's trying to do at the moment. I'm not really planning on attacking him this early on into the race there. But, you know, if he's going to go slowly, then we're certainly going to try and line up an opportunity for myself here in the slipstream with the ERS once again here. Overtake mode. Are we going to be able to have a look down the inside? We're sort of going for a half-hearted move, but Lance locks up there, and it's going to be a completely open door for myself. And now up into P2 of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix there. Fairly clean move on the whole. It was sort of one of those places where I didn't really want to lose either of us particularly any time there. As we move on now to a lap 5, we would dive it in for hopefully my one and only pit stop of the day. We're going to try and just take these soft tyres as far as possible. The Ultra's really grain around here, but the soft tyres in the past have shown that they can really go the distance in this European Grand Prix here. As well, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, I keep calling it Europe when it just isn't anymore. They'll be out of the pit lane then, fairly slow to get the pit limit, for I actually forgot about it originally there, but we do come back out now in P13 of this race, and over the next couple of laps, hopefully we should be able to move our way back up through the order here. But Sebastian Vettel straight away here on the attack on that set of the super soft compound here. He's going to have a look down the inside in towards turn 3 here. What an opportunistic move from the AI there, straight out of the pits, and he's made it work there. Sebastian Vettel now up into P13 of this Grand Prix. But over the next couple of laps, obviously with the AI now starting to pit as well, Brendan Hartley was next on the old hit list there, and now up into P11 of this race once more. They're 228 miles an hour as we came in towards turn 1. But Hartley's going to try and look back past me here as we come in towards turn 2. He's going to keep the nose up the inside there with the curbs on the inside there, and we are going to be able to hold it around the outside. We're going to squeeze him right up to the wall, but look at the straight line speed of the Toro Rosso. I wasn't expecting that from that car based on how weak it is in this career mode. But now breaking in towards turn 3 there, he's going to try and clip the wall on the inside. We're going to get the traction on the exit there, and we are now going to swoop back up into P11 of this Grand Prix there. But yeah, very interesting from the Toro Rosso that he was actually able to do any sort of attacking moves on myself there. But yeah, now on to, well, we're up into P11 then on lap 10 of this Grand Prix, and a lot of the AI still have to make another pit stop in this race here. Lap 11 though, and now we have a little bit of pressure from Kevin Magnussen here, but nothing that we shouldn't really have to fight too much about. A lot more drivers were now starting to pit as well here. I think we have Grosjean as well as a few other cars now all in the pit lane here, so we will come back out up in P6 of this Grand Prix. We've got Sergio Perez has come out just in front of me here as we come in towards turn 2 there. And no idea what Perez was doing there, just completely came across me That's going to send me down the escape road there. Really no idea what to do about that one. Sergio Perez there. Leave your guys' thoughts about what that was all about in the first sector there. But obviously China last time out, Perez was obviously very, very aggressive with his defending. This time round, once again, very, very aggressive there. I really just felt he came right across me and gave me absolutely nowhere to go there. I think we were a bit unlucky in the fact we were knocked by his sideboard, which sort of propelled me a bit forward as well. But yeah, that's really dropped me back down the order there, and that was really, really frustrating at this stage of the day. About halfway through this Grand Prix, but all the way now down to P15 of this European Grand Prix here. This was not what I wanted at this stage of the day here. But fortunately, you know, we are going to have a bit of a saving grace in the fact that a lot of drivers still do have one more pit stop to make. I think drivers like, obviously, Perez, I don't think will actually have to make another stop in this Grand Prix here. But as we move on now to lap 14, we had a little bit of pressure coming from Carlos Sainz here, but nothing too much. Obviously, with how quick this Williams is down the straights, nothing that really any of the AI can really do to try and attack us here. As we come in towards Turn 1 here, we had a few more drivers making their second pit stop of the day. Ricardo, Rixon, and I think Charles Leclerc, was still out there. Kimi Räikkönen now comes out right behind me in this race as well here. So we've got 11 laps to go here. He's on the set of the soft compound tyres, so looking like we could be playing a very, very defensive race towards the end here. Charles Leclerc dives into the pit lane 1 lap later, as well as Esteban Ocon here. So now we're up into P5 of this race once more here, and it really does go to show what this race could have been, because Sergio Perez is now leading the way, so we could have been with him had he not ran us out wide. And, well, I say ran us out wide, ran us completely off the road at turn 2 there, and obviously around here you basically just have to take evasive action if anything like that is going to happen here. So it looked like between now and the end we were going to be trying to look behind us more than we were looking in front here, because Kimi Räikkönen was really trying to pile on the pressure here onto the end of lap 19, and we sort of had a bit of a saving grace with this Williams car being as quick as it is down the straights, because Kimi very rarely was going to be able to get a good run. Only when he got into the DRS would he really be able to attack as we came in towards turn 1 here. Well over 200, I think we were closing up to about 220 miles an hour there, even without the slipstream or the DRS there. Räikkönen still on the inside though as we came in towards turn 2. We're going to try and go for a bit of a cheeky switchback move on the exit of the corner here. We're going to use absolutely everything we possibly can in the car once more here. We are still going to be on the inside, even though he's got DRS. We're still able to attack the Ferrari car there. He's a lot later on the brakes, but we sort of roll the car in towards turn 3 there. And we do hold on to P5 at this stage of the day here. So obviously this is really, really important for ourselves. We need absolutely every point we possibly can in this World Championship here as we come through in towards Sector 2 here. And yeah, we really just need to do absolutely everything within our power to defend from Kimi Räikkönen here. But obviously there is sort of that risk versus reward element as well, because obviously if he does something like Perez did, our race could be well and truly screwed. But onto lap 22 though, and Räikkönen once again was piling on the pressure, sort of winding that car back up. He's thought about having a look down the inside of it, just not able to make anything work. We were really trying to defend that inside line here as we come in towards turn 1. And just look, he hasn't even got the momentum, even with the slipstream and the DRS there. He goes for a little bit of a late lunge in towards turn 1 there, but just not able to make it work at this stage of the day here. So really looking quite strong for this Williams car. They're losing the back end as we come in towards turn 2. They almost just lock the rears ever so slightly there and just try not to allow the car to rotate from the rear end there. But in towards turn 3 there, once again Räikkönen down the inside. Is he going to be able to make it work this time around? No, he's not. Clips the inside wall there, runs us out wide, but we do hold it on the power there and still holding on to P5 of this race here. So what a defensive drive this has been from myself here. And now as we move on to the final lap here, we were still able to hold on ahead of the Ferrari of Kimi Räikkönen here through the final few corners of this race. You can see on the minimap, it is a four-cylinder. It is Sergio Perez that is going to be able to make it 2 from 2 from China and obviously the the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here. What a fantastic couple of rounds it has really been from him. And I said in the last one, Sergio is really not a championship threat here, but clearly he is trying to prove otherwise there. He is going to come through for round 4, his second victory of the season. Makes it 2 for me, 2 for Sergio Perez. They're not concentrating myself. I run it wide as we come in towards the final couple of corners there. Run Kimi Räikkönen almost up into the wall there. He had to take very, very evasive actions. That was very, very aggressive from myself, but I wasn't willing to lose. P5 right towards the end of that race. Very frustrating, a race of what could have been if Sergio hadn't have ran me off the road midway through the race. But still, 10 points in the bag. I will certainly take that.
Good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
great win then for the Force India team today. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know? I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we had a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it was fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying to see close-walk battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
I can see them on their way out to the podium now. Force India have really come a long, long way in this sport. And what a special race this was, to see them earn that top spot.
So Lance Stroll there, able to take home his very first race, podium even of the season. They're really just going to show after a rough opening few rounds that he has still got what it takes in this Williams car there. Sergio Perez, though, from P10, able to make the one-stop work there. Very, very good job by him. Seb up in P2, Lance, as I said, in third there, with Marcus Ericsson having a fantastic day out in fourth place as well. They're all the way down from P15 on the grid. I would come through for P5, Raikkonen 6, Danny Rick from first on the grid would drop all the way down to 7th there ahead of Bottas and Hamilton there. The Mercedes really just does not seem to have the race pace this season. Carlos Sainz would take home the final points paying position. Esteban Ocon would just miss out on points. I think that's what happened last time out as well, even though Sergio Perez was able to win the race there ahead of Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, K-Mag, Brendan Hartley, Romain Grosjean, Stoffel Van Dorn, Charles Leclerc. Unfortunately, having a very tough day out, all the way from 6th down to P18, with Hülkenberg and Gasly both not making it through to the end of that Grand Prix there. So very, very interesting. I don't think any drivers overall were actually able to hold on to their grid position here, which really does go to show how much chopping and changing there is. I think only Lance was able to hold on to his grid slot there. But in terms of the Drivers' World Championship, our gap at the top has really crumbled there now, down to just 13 points over Sergio there. Seb would jump Danny Rick, Kimi would jump Max Verstappen there, so both Ferraris jumping both Red Bulls there. Lance would move past both Mercedes, Ocon and Fernando Alonso there, and Ericsson would jump Carlos Sainz, K-Mag, and a few other drivers, Charles Leclerc, Hülkenberg, and Grosjean there, with the Haas of Grosjean, Pierre Gasly, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Brendan Hartley still yet with any points on the board. But we would further extend our Constructors' lead now up at over 100 points on the whole. They're ahead of Force India and Ferrari, who would both jump Red Bull. Mercedes once again would hold on to P5 there. Sauber would jump McLaren, Renault, and Haas, and Toro Rosso still at the rear of the field. But there we are then, guys. Hopefully, you have enjoyed this video. Obviously, if you are new around here as well and you do want to see more of this Williams Road to Glory, make sure you do like and subscribe as well on the channel. Obviously, if you want to go check out some Forza Horizon 4 content, click on the green link. If you want to go check out some League Racing content as well on this channel, go click on the orange link. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time for the Spanish Grand Prix.